Welcome back to the GSL Global Tournament, where today we have more upsets than we saw yesterday. Things yesterday looking pretty standard, pretty typical of what you might have expected, but today San comes out swinging and takes a 2-0 over Maru. Of course, Su did defeat Oz, no upset there, but what happened?
I don't know, man. It was definitely a huge upset. San doesn't seem to think so. He did that with total confidence, and that was some really, really nice Protoss play, I have to say. He's going to be up in a different matchup this time against Zerg, against Su, of course, the guy who did go up against Oz. So that is going to be on Ultrazim Stronghold, a very big map. I feel like this is going to play a little bit to Su's playstyle here. And we'll see how the other player from the Korean region does against San, a guy who's coming in here swinging.
Yeah, man. This is going to be a completely different matchup for San. And Su has just looked uninterested in this group entirely so far since it started. So I feel like this could be a very different series. What's interesting is that we get to start things off on Ultrazim Stronghold. Now, this map, if you're a Pro League fan, you haven't seen too much of, but here in GSL, we see it all the time, especially in this matchup. It was a matchup that was considered highly Zerg favored for a long time, and now people are starting to take a look at it and say, you know what, maybe actually it's Protoss favored. This is the GSL Global Tournament, round of 8, Group B. We're in our winner's match. One of these two players, San or Su, will be advancing after this best of 3 up to the round of 4.
Down here in the bottom left, in the green for Yoi Flash Wolves, he is
Yoi Flash Wolves San.
Confident victory in his first series. He's up against, namely a 7 pool, but also this Zerg player to the top left.
SK Telecom T1 Su.
So already a 9 pool against Oz, and now a 7 pool against San.
Su has like a date later or something. He's like, I just want to 2-0 this group and get out of here, man. Like I don't want to deal with these people.
Just gotta go back and get some more practicing at the team house.
His date with this computer is what
He's like, why do I have to sit in this booth with like the glass on it and stuff? People watch me play these practice games. I think it's highly unnecessary for me to move from place to place while these people watch me prepare. I want to get out of here. Is for some reason I have to play these practice games a certain order against certain opponents, and I'm not allowed to talk to them beforehand about what builds I'm going to do. It's really strange, but you know, for some reason also like these guys who were in Korea and good there, like moved around or back here, and I'm practicing to them. I really just want to practice, you know, back at home against like partying. But I guess I'll play against San.
Yeah.
Look at this record, actually. This is a pretty sick record versus Zerg. I mean, he's playing against players like Sword of Snoot, Targa, and Mini Razor, but also we have to mention Life. He's kind of good. Seen him do pretty well in the past. He beat him, too.
Yeah. And with that scout, Su, who was originally sending his Zerglings down cross position just to be safe because he wasn't sure where the opponent was, with the drone scout, he is going to know that he is down in the bottom left. So he's going to send all of his Zerglings right now over there. He's going to group up with the other 2 that he made, and he's making 2 by 2. He's not, you know, stopping with this attack.
His drone scout also lets him know what build he's up against, so can actually kill this pylon. If he kills a pylon, the game ends, okay? So keep that in mind. He's going to fight the probes now. Good micro so far. Also traps the Zealot. A bit of a mistake here by San. Oh, that's some great micro, forcing the Lings away. Oh, but still, he's losing a lot of probes here. But you know what? I think that is actually just it.
That was it. That was the micro he had to have. That was awesome.
Whoa.
Now Mothership Core is out. There's not going to be any future attacks, and Su's got 6 drones.
He's got 6 drones.
Yeah.
Is your plan, Su, is your plan to actually, well, maybe you won't expect 10 Zerglings running all at once? No, it's not going to happen. He expected to win the game right then and there, and now he's lost it. San is actually moving across the map with his Zealots trying to find his opponent's spawning location. In fact, he has found it with a probe, I believe, at the natural, so he knows exactly where to go, and he's blocking the hatchery over there. Okay, this is a bit awkward. He's going to have to micro his probes again. We saw it last time, but there was also a Zealot to support. Mothership Core isn't here either. Oh, great micro here. Still losing a fair amount of probes, though, this time.
Yeah, gets a lot more damage that time. That was a much better attack there, but still very good.
There's no queen.
San.
There's no queen here whatsoever. No anti-air.
Yep, this is the problem here for Su.
I mean, flying units are a problem indeed.
They're pretty good.
He's got a queen now, so he will be able to hold this off. Now he's going to lose a lot of lings, and he had to make more lings, which means he's not making drones.
So now, finally, Su is in a position where he feels safe. No more zealots in his base, and I feel like we're just going to transition into a regular game here.
We could. Looks like that's what San wants. He's going to actually try to protect his probe and maybe do a pylon block.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
It's not really going to be a long-lasting pylon block, but it's still very annoying. Back at home, he is poised to take a Nexus. So, wow, not going to get that drone. That was not happening.
Probe's still alive, though, and he's going to come in here and make sure that he's going for that expansion.
Stargate. Stargate and a Nexus. Things have evened up a little bit. I would say that San is still significantly ahead, but that second group of Zerlings that came in while the Zealots were away, really hurt him. Had he known those were coming, we would have left the Zealots at home, defended the Lings easily, and then would have probably just done whatever he wanted to win the game after that.
Yeah. I still like this going into a pretty fast Stargate here, because he's going to know there's going to be a lack of queens, and he's going to be droning up pretty hard.
I think it's pretty safe to assume this is going to be an Oracle. We'll see how much damage that actually gets done here. I'm not a big fan of the Oracle after defending an early pool build, because if you don't get damage done, then you have this weird awkward tech that's not aggressive enough to where you can like kill somebody or force them to make a ton of units, and then they could just take a third base and catch up and drone up. But if you do get a lot of damage done and save the Oracle, then you can use that to secure your own third base with Void Rays behind it, or even Phoenixes. We see a lot of people go for this Oracle follow-up instead of going straight into Phoenixes. I feel like going straight into Phoenixes, you can just kill like almost every Overlord on the map and cripple an already very crippled Zerg player, but this is how Koreans are playing it right now, and I mean, there's no standard way to play this yet, because you don't get 6-pulled all too often unless you're playing against Sulky, and apparently in this case, Su.
I like the way that actually San is following this up. It's not going to just be one Oracle here. He's going to add a couple more gateways, and he's going to try to warp in at that forward pylon he has over there to the right.
Yeah. This is a cool way to do it, because this does force those units like I was talking about before. This does force a big reaction.
Yep. We got to see what the larva goes into. If he makes drones here, he could be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, he only has 3 Zerlings. He just made 4 drones. He has a few more larvae still, but not enough to make the lings he needs. He had, I think, 3 larvae left. Okay, he's got 3 larvae left here. So he can make lings. And lings he does make, but against pure Zealot, with also Oracle support here,
yeah,
the Oracle can just hover over the Zealots anytime the lings get out of the Spore Crawler range.
And here we go. Zealots being surrounded here. The Queen doing a lot of damage. The Oracle fighting the Extractor. Doesn't want to be attacking that. Got to be helping these Zealots, but has to get out of the range here. And with more warp into Zealots doing a ton of damage over here, a lot of drones going down, and this could just be too much here.
Yeah, that Oracle now in a good place to catch some of those reinforcing Zerlings. He kills the gas because there's not a whole lot else he can kill with those flying units because of the Queens and the Spore Crawler. But so many drones killed. He's got a Nexus going up at home, a third base. Yeah, a third base against a 2-base Zerg with only 25 Harvesters. Kills a Queen even. And saves the Oracle.
Oh, nope. Does die. Could have saved it.
But I mean, how bad, how worse could it be right now for Su? Down on Harvesters, going to be down on bases. Void Rays are coming out.
I like that as well. Going to be a little bit better against the Queens as well as some buildings. And it's going to help out the ground forces so much as well.
He's just got a tight wall here at the bottom of the ramp. Third base, once that's saturated, can just do another gateway attack. We're going to be 3-base against 2-base, and only Squirtle could lose from there against Action. If we're watching Code, go watch that. If you haven't watched Code, go watch that. That's how you see it happen. It's like getting a Baneling's Nest.
And there's 3 sentries at the bottom of the ramp.
Baneling Nest will help him break out here, but it's not going to help him do much else after that.
And if if San is paying attention with the force field even.
Well,
Could catch Queen as well as stopping Banelings from rolling down the ramp.
Void Ray's pretty good at stopping that too.
Yes.
Looks like he's killing Overlords with that for now, but he's like standard wall off here, even though we're in a completely different universe than what normally this matchup looks like. I'm gonna still do my same pylon, cannon, pylon, wall off gateways. I was over here just to confirm what is happening. We'll see the Baneling nest.
Yep.
Ram, that's like a pretty big tell of, okay, you are pretty desperate.
Well, here are the
53
Banelings.
probes right now.
And Su is only making Zerglings. As well as Banelings, of course. But with the follow-up gateways here, and the sentries at the bottom of the ramp, as long as he's paying attention, there's going to be no problem. He's even going over here. He's just like scared there's a hidden base.
Trying to bait these Banelings down. Now he can just force open like this. Sentry's going to DPS those down pretty fast. Yeah, GG.
Well,
big commitment by Su. You know, most people, upon seeing a gateway in the main, would not commit that many Zerglings. I think he saw blood in the water and he was just like, I'm so much better than this player. And that pylon, the second pylon is so far away from the gateway, I'm going to kill the pylon, I'm going to win the game. And San's Zealot got trapped even, but then he was able to force the Lings away with his probes. Good micro there.
Yeah. He mineral drilled on the natural, looked like. Or rather, the third base outside the main base. And he got the probes all the way around the Zerglings that were all surrounding the Zealot. So even though they got the Zealot, all the Zerglings were taking a ton of damage. And they all died after the Zealot died. So it barely did any damage from there.
San is now one game away from taking a 4-0 in this group. Now, a lot of people would say, I don't think this is going to happen. Su is the better player. We didn't get to see him play Standard, and he didn't get to play on his map pick. Now he's chosen Overgrowth. Still keeping up that 100% pick rate against Protoss players.
Yeah. This is, like you said, this is going to be the match where Su turns it on. He is one game away from going down to that last match, and he doesn't want to be there. He wants to take it. He doesn't seem like he's too interested with this group still. Like, even after losing that one, it's pretty somber, just in the base, like, picking at his nails. Just like, well, I guess I just have to win 2 in a row here. But we saw San take down Maru, known as the best Terran player in the world, and it's 2-0. And he's one game away from doing it to Su, arguably one of the best Zerg players in Korea as well.
Yeah, well, Brennan, the map is almost ready. It looks like everyone is in the lobby, and the countdown has started. San is one game away from pulling up the biggest upset of this tournament. Really 2 upsets to get out of the group to form an even bigger upset, Brennan. If he's able to come out of this 4-0, I will be shocked. Somebody showed me that result tomorrow when I woke up in the morning. I wouldn't believe it. Here we go. Overgrowth, a map picked by all Zergs. It's Su's map pick. He lost the game off of doing a cheese build. Let's see what he's got planned for game number 2. This is the GSL Global Tournament round of 8. One of these 2 players will be going right to the semifinals. The other one will drop down to our consolation match. I'm Wolf. With me is Brendan. Let's do this.